Hello, I was going to do another video on your comments this evening. I've been trying to come up with kind of a little summary statement or a tagline, if you will. In a previous video, I had said, live strong and finish well. I've kind of modified that now to live healthy and finish strong. For me, at least, it helps to have a little tagline like that to remind myself and keep myself focused on my goal. And right, okay, let me get on to the comments. Okay, ERE 2013 says awesome video. That was in relation to the Granbury, the little video we did in Granbury. We spent 4th of July in Granbury, and we had a great time. And I appreciate everyone's patience with these videos. Some people might think that they're not at all related to the purpose of my channel. To me, it's all part of a total lifestyle and being able to escape the rat race and go to some of these small towns in Texas and decompress. And it's all part of a healthy lifestyle to me. ERE 2013 again says, thank you for sharing. Very interesting. You're very knowledgeable. Good luck on your channel. God bless. I will work on my A1C. Hopefully, I will be as strong as you were to lower my A1C. My A1C went from a 9.9 to a 4.9 in just a little over 4 months, about 4.5 months roughly. And ERE 2013. I pray that your journey goes extremely well. JOELG 125 would love a video on exactly what you eat in a single day. Go through the exact foods, time of day, etc. from morning to night, from night to nighttime, please. That would be great. Well, I can do that for today if you'd like, and I could do that in the future. You know, maybe log a week's worth of food. I don't have that much variety, so if I covered what I did for a week, it would cover what I do for months at a time. Today, the only thing I had first thing in the morning was black coffee, and then throughout the morning and past noon, I had water, and then around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I had another cup of black coffee. At 2:30, I ate my first meal of the day, and that was bacon and eggs, 3 eggs and 4 strips of bacon. So that was the first thing I had today. So that got me through until I got home and had dinner with my wife around 7 o'clock, and she had made me a great ribeye steak on the grill, and had spinach and asparagus to go with that. I also like to smear some butter, and not margarine, butter, Kerrygold pure Irish butter. I smeared that on my steak and on my vegetables, and it was delicious. And then after my meal, I had 1 little square of dark chocolate, and that's very typical. I can, if I do another comment video tomorrow, I can tell you exactly what I have tomorrow. That would pretty much cover what I always eat, because I don't have that much variety in my diet. I'll throw a salad in there every now and then. I happen to love liver, and my wife makes liver for me, beef liver, about once every 2 weeks. And she usually fries some bacon up with that. And so the liver and the bacon, I could eat the liver by itself, but the combination of the liver and the bacon is really, really good, really tasty. Okay, Bob Eldridge. This is the first comment I remember from Bob Eldridge. Thanks, we watched you on Beat Diabetes and got your channel information on Jim's channel. That would be Jim Caldwell of Beating Obesity. He mentioned me in a recent video of his, and I really appreciate that, and have had a few new subscribers come over from his channel. And again, Bob Eldridge says, keep up the great work. Thanks, Bob the welder and wife. So Bob Eldridge is a welder, I guess. And I promise I won't make any jokes about Bob the builder. But I will say that when our son was young, he loved Bob the builder. And that's what I thought of when you said Bob the welder. I thought of Bob the builder. But you probably never heard any jokes about that, right? About Bob the builder. But anyway, Gayle Marshall writes, please keep sharing whatever you feel might be interesting. Your instincts are spot on. Thank you for keeping your videos short and on point. Love your personality. Well, thank you very much, Gayle Marshall. I can't begin to tell you how much it means to me to have words of encouragement this early on in my making of a YouTube channel, because still trying to get my bearings, trying to figure out what most needs to be discussed and what people are interested in. That's very important. And but I can tell you, for my wife and I, those little travel days are extremely important. And if we stop putting those on the channel, we won't stop taking the trips, because they're very important to us and a very healthy part of our life. And I hope some of you enjoy them anyway. Okay. All right. TT. Yes, I love this comment. TT says, talking about cancer, you'll have to check out this recent video of Dr. Berg's. And I saw that when I first got up this morning, and I went straight to that before I ever had my first cup of coffee this morning or anything. I went right to Dr. Berg's channel and watched that video that you suggested. It's a man that discovered he had cancer and did a lot of fasting. A lot of fasting, and was able to overcome the cancer. I mentioned before that Dr. Berg was one of my favorites when I was going through my journey, and I did one of my first videos that I did for this channel was dedicated to Dr. Berg and his channel. He has several million followers. He's obviously doing something right, and his information is really good, and I recommend it highly. But on this subject of possibly using fasting and a keto diet for cancer, Dr. Bosworth, Dr. Annette Bosworth, covers that in her book, Any Way You Can. She talks about helping her mother battle cancer, and that's what she used for her mother was intermittent fasting and a ketogenic diet. And that brings up the whole subject of autophagy. And I definitely plan to do an entire video dedicated to autophagy. I'm almost intimidated to approach that topic because it's an extremely important topic, and I feel like I need to research it even more so that I do it justice. But if anybody is interested in learning about it today before I work up the nerve to do one myself, Dr. Boz has some good, type into YouTube, Dr. Boz autophagy, and or Dr. Berg autophagy, possibly Dr. Ken Berry autophagy. I believe he talks about it too, but I'm positive Dr. Dr. Annette Bosworth talks about it because it was so important in her work with her mother. Autophagy is not just about cancer at all. It's very useful. One of the most practical things that a lot of people learn about autophagy is that if you lose a great deal of weight, like with me losing 82 pounds initially and then settling in at 75, or with Jim Caldwell from the Beating Obesity channel, he lost 180 pounds. If you get into autophagy quite a bit through fasting, it's possible you won't have any loose. I don't have any loose skin around my waist after my weight loss. I just don't have it. And Dr. Fung talks about autophagy. Dr. Jason Fung talks about autophagy a lot. And he says, look at the prisoners that came out of concentration camps in World War II. You know, they lost tons of weight. They were way too thin. You know, they were emaciated looking, but they didn't have any loose skin. And that was due to the process of autophagy. Autophagy means eat thyself, or your body eats its own cells and reproduces new cells in its place. And so you can imagine what that does with cancer. If you can eat up those bad contaminated cancer cells and replace them with new cells, you know, that's a great thing. And anyway, I'll dedicate a whole video to that because it's an extremely important topic. And there was a Japanese researcher who won in 2016. He won the Nobel Prize in Medicine for his research in that area. And so ever since 2016, a lot of people have gotten very interested in autophagy because it has major implications for all sorts of health issues. So at any rate, TT, thank you for bringing that up about cancer and Dr. Berg's recent video. Dakini Woman, I hope I'm not saying your screen name there wrong, but I'm going to pronounce it Dakini Woman. And you say, Bill, I'm new here, sent over by Jim. Again, that would be Jim Caldwell from the Beating Obesity channel. Thank you for sharing your story. I will be checking in on your other videos. I am in Canada and have been following Dr. Fung for a few years now and have all of his books. Yes, Dr. Fung does have his own YouTube channel. I have fasted on water only for as long as 30 days. Most recently, I did a 20-day water-only fast. And then Dakini Woman also mentions I am 74 years old. So Dakini Woman, I am very impressed. 72 hours or 3 days was the most that I've fasted so far, and struggled struggled a little with that. But hearing your story of doing 30 days and 21 days of water only is inspiring to me, especially since you're 74 and I'm only a kid at 64. So that's very inspiring, and I may have to give some longer term fasting a shot. Again, a second one from Dakini Woman says, Bill, I'm sure your story will help so many other people. Bravo for sharing. What a transformation. Again, thank you for your encouragement, and I'll go ahead and wrap this up. Live healthy, finish strong.